In this example, we'll be using a silhouette infusion set and a silserter as the insertion device. To connect the infusion set to the reservoir, hold the tubing by the connector and place it on top of the reservoir. Find the right position by turning and gently pushing the connector until you feel it slide smoothly in place. Turn the reservoir connector clockwise until the reservoir and the connector lock with a click. Before you can begin filling the tubing with insulin, you will first need to remove the cap from the infusion site connector. To remove the cap, gently press the edges of the tubing connector and pull to remove it. Hold the infusion set so that the needle is pointing down. Press and hold ACT to move the piston forward. Continue to hold ACT until you see insulin drops coming out at the end of the tubing. Press Escape when you see drops coming from the end of the needle. To load the infusion set, press down on the lock and release handle, exposing the two teeth. Place the insertion piece into the base until the holes line up with the teeth. Release the handle to lock the insertion piece in place. While holding the serter with one hand, use your thumb to slide the serter back into the loaded position. You should hear a click and feel it lock into place. To expose the introducer needle and cannula, gently pull off the blue needle guard. To insert the infusion set, place the arms of the serter on the prepped infusion site. When the arms of the silserter are resting flat against your skin, this would insert the needle at a 45-degree angle. Typically, the angle of insertion is more shallow. If you have been instructed to insert at a more shallow angle, rock the serter arms slightly back. Once the silserter is in position, firmly press the white button at the top of the serter to insert the introducer needle. To release the insertion piece from the serter, press the lock and release handle so the teeth are no longer locked in the insertion piece. Slide the serter back away from the introducer piece. Holding the cannula housing with one hand, remove the front paper backing and smooth the adhesive securely to the skin. Squeeze the gray arms and pull back to remove the introducer needle. While keeping the set secure, gently remove the remaining paper and smooth to skin. Now connect the infusion set tubing to the cannula housing by sliding the connector directly into the cannula housing until you hear an audible click. The silhouette infusion set allows you to temporarily disconnect from your pump. To disconnect, gently squeeze both sides of the connector and pull the connector needle straight out from the cannula housing. To protect the infusion site, insert the disconnect cover by sliding the cover into the cannula housing until you hear a click. Change infusion site, set, reservoir, and insulin every 2 to 3 days.